Hi, everyone. My name is Greg Piefer, and I'm the founder and CEO of Shine Medical Technologies. I want to thank all of you for giving me a few minutes of your time today, and especially want to thank the YWCA Rock County and Angela Moore for a chance to speak at this year's Racial Justice Conference. I also want to thank Beth Talon of Community Action Incorporated for nominating Shine for the Dorothy Height Diversity in the Workplace Award. I've been a long advocate for using technology to solve some of the world's biggest problems, but diversity folds into this in a way for me that's really important. I think the world is facing unprecedented challenges, and as we look forward at what's to come, we need the very best and really the very greatest that we can get from everybody, all humans on this planet. In order to get the very best from all humans, it's important that we have equal opportunity for all humans. And diversity is central to this. We do not have that today. And I really see the inclusivity and diversity of a good workforce as central to achieving essentially growth for humanity, prosperity for humanity, and peace for humanity. We established a formal statement of commitment and shared it publicly with folks on our website and started a diversity and inclusion committee, which supports several key initiatives. Including setting diversity and inclusion goals that we hold ourselves accountable to, enhanced employee training, we initiated diversity-focused recruiting, and increased community engagement. But more so than that, we took another step this year as a result of the very prominent murder of George Floyd. This was a particularly disturbing event for me, and I think for a number of our employees and people, frankly, around the world. So in response to that, I felt like we needed to show some leadership and needed to make a public statement in just how we, viewed this and how important it is that people understand that there is injustice in the world today, and there are biases that are significant and cause many people's lives to be more difficult than other people's lives. So as a result of George Floyd's murder this year, I think a special, frankly, light was shined globally on some of the injustices that exist in the world today. And I think myself, a number of our employees, I say most of our employees, in fact, and many people around the world really just felt that particular event sort of focused our attention on injustices and biases that exist in the world today. And as a result of that, really wanted to make a public statement, to show a little bit of leadership and just say, hey, we're going to do something about this. And our goal was not just to do something that mattered right in the heat of the moment, not something that was an expression of emotion in the moment, although there is certainly a place and value for that and a need for that. But our goal was to have a more enduring commitment. And frankly, I think in order to improve diversity, inclusion, and racial justice over time, there needs to be a sustained effort by all people to move in this direction. A few of the small things we did right away was to make Martin Luther King Jr. Day an optional day of service for people at Shine. So that on that day, all they need to do is say, look, we're gonna spend that day focused on diversity and inclusion learning or activities or community activities for racial justice, and they can have that day off without counting PTO or anything like that. We've also included our PTO for volunteering program. We expanded it to include community partnerships focused on equality and racial justice. And what that means is essentially people volunteer 2 hours of their time and they get an hour of additional PTO at Shine. So it's a 2-to-1, but essentially people get extra PTO from Shine for partnering or for doing community work on equality and racial justice. And we've also partnered with Blackhawk Tech on a scholarship to increase education and employment opportunities for historically marginalized community members. But all that said, we obviously have a lot of work to do at Shine. We include on our website every year a diversity and inclusion annual report. I think you can read that report and know that we're measuring the right things, but see obviously that we have a long ways to go. I guess that's probably running out of time. In conclusion, there's really 3 big things I've learned from our work at Shine so far. The first is wherever you stand with building a diverse and inclusive workforce, If you're not at nirvana, and I bet very few of you are, in terms of you are where you need to be, you need to elevate it to set an even higher priority in your organization. You can move in that direction. If you're starting with essentially no diversity, obviously it's pretty easy to make some strides. But even as you take the first steps and move forward, just keep understanding that it's important and keep working to move in that direction if you can. Next, set measurable goals. It's important to track your progress with real metrics. And the metrics that you set may be different from organization to organization, but it's important to talk about those metrics and to really set measurable goals to see how you are doing in terms of including diversity and inclusion and creating a diverse workforce in your team. We've been measuring ourselves now for a few years. And I find that to be really, really insightful feedback in terms of where we can look to continue to improve. And finally, yeah, just to reiterate, be great if people could understand how difficult these conversations are. Those of you who have had them know sometimes there's long silences where you're processing emotion. Just persevere through that, drive through that. Know that the end is absolutely worth the work. And it's something that we owe to each other as human beings to make sure that this world we're building is a good world for everybody. So once again, on behalf of everyone at Shine, on behalf of myself, thank you to everyone here for this incredible recognition. We really appreciate it. It was a surprise to me that we got it, and I'm really, really grateful to all of you. So thank you again. Bye.